There is something happening in Thailand right now that I don't think enough people are talking about. And honestly, I think a lot of foreigners are still living mentally in a version of Thailand that doesn't really exist anymore. The fantasy version, the old Thailand, the Thailand people used to discover 15 or 20 years ago, where everything felt cheap, relaxed, unfiltered, and untouched by the modern world. That version is slowly disappearing. Now, before people start getting emotional in the comments, I'm not saying Thailand is ruined. Not at all. Thailand is still one of the most interesting countries in the world. It still has amazing people, amazing food, amazing culture, and amazing freedom compared to many Western countries. But something has definitely changed. And if you have spent a long time in Thailand, especially over the last 10 or 15 years, you can definitely feel it. The atmosphere is different now. The energy is different. And I think social media has massively accelerated this change. Years ago, Thailand still felt mysterious. And that's the best way I can describe it to you. You'd arrive in Bangkok and genuinely feel like you'd entered another world. There was no endless YouTube content, no TikTok influencers filming every soy, no top 10 hidden places in Thailand, videos that get 3 million views. People actually had to go out and explore. Now, before somebody comments, Thailand was always popular. Of course it was. But there's a huge difference between tourism and total internet exposure. Thailand today is one of the most exposed countries on social media. Everything is filmed, everything is monetized, and everything becomes content. You can't even walk through certain areas now without somebody live streaming themselves eating mango sticky rice while pretending they've discovered a hidden local gem that's been there since 1987. The mystery is disappearing. And mystery was a huge part of Thailand's appeal. Back in the day, people used to come to Thailand and reinvent themselves quietly. Now people arrive and instantly turn themselves into content creators. The entire experience becomes performative. Everybody wants the beach photo, the rooftop shot, the living my best life BS Instagram story. Meanwhile, half of them are checking their bank balance every 12 minutes, trying to survive another month. Social media has changed expectations massively too. A lot of younger foreigners arrive in Thailand now expecting some fantasy life because that's what they've consumed online. Cheap luxury, beautiful condos, perfect relationships, freedom, adventure, and no stress. But the reality is often much more complicated than that. Thailand is getting more expensive every single year, and this shocks a lot of people, especially Westerners arriving with outdated expectations from YouTube videos made in 2016. Rent has gone up, food in tourist areas has gone up, transport's gone up, entertainment has gone up, visas have become more complicated, and healthcare costs have increased. Even basic day-to-day life in some parts of Bangkok now can feel surprisingly expensive compared to what people imagined, especially if you're trying to maintain a Western lifestyle. And this is where many foreigners make a huge mistake. They come to Thailand thinking, I can live here cheaply forever, but they don't build income, they don't build structure, and they don't plan for the long term. They just drift. Thailand can be dangerous for drifters because life feels easy at first, very easy. You can eat cheaply, relax cheaply, party cheaply, and escape cheaply. But eventually, reality catches up, especially as Thailand modernizes, and Thailand is modernizing fast. Bangkok today, compared to Bangkok 20 years ago, feels completely different in some areas. Luxury malls, digital payments, condos everywhere, international business, high-end tourism, and global branding. Thailand is becoming more polished and more international. But at the same time, some of the rawness that people loved is disappearing. Certain nightlife areas now feel less authentic and more commercialized. Some islands feel completely overdeveloped, and some areas that used to feel relaxed now feel like permanent influencer conventions. Everybody filming, everybody selling something, and everybody chasing attention. Even Thai culture itself is changing because younger Thai people are changing too. And honestly, I think many foreigners still fail to understand this. A lot of Western men arrive in Thailand with a fantasy version of Thai women in their heads. Traditional, soft-spoken, family-oriented, non-materialistic. And yes, those people absolutely do still exist. But younger generations in Thailand are also heavily influenced by social media, Western culture, Korean culture, luxury culture, influencer culture, and status culture. Thailand is not frozen in time. Young Thai people today grew up online. They see everything. They compare lifestyles globally now. And many younger Thai women today have completely different expectations compared to older generations. More independence, more ambition, more standards financially, more awareness of foreign men, and more awareness of power dynamics. The internet changed everything. Foreigners used to arrive in Thailand with a huge information advantage. Now, Thai people understand foreign men far better than foreign men understand Thailand. And that's a massive shift. And I think that some foreigners struggle emotionally when they realise this, because the fantasy they built in their heads starts collapsing, especially in dating. Years ago, many Western men believed Thailand was some magical escape from modern dating problems. But now, many of the same problems are appearing in Thailand too. Dating apps, ghosting, status chasing, social media validation, transactional relationships, and a flex culture. Thailand is becoming more globalized socially. Again, not ruined, just changed. And I think this is where many older expats become bitter, because they compare modern Thailand to the Thailand they first experienced years ago. And nostalgia is powerful. Human beings always romanticize the past, especially when they were younger, healthier, and happier at the time. Some foreigners blame Thailand for changing, when really part of the issue is that they changed too. They got older, more cynical, more isolated, more financially pressured. But even saying that, I still think Thailand has undeniably shifted. There's also far more scrutiny now, far more rules, far more crackdown culture. Thailand used to have a reputation for flexibility, relaxed attitudes, unofficial systems, and Mai Pen Rai culture. Now things are becoming stricter in many areas. Visa enforcement, business enforcement, tax discussions, cannabis regulations changing, tourism behaviour monitoring, and online behaviour scrutiny. Thailand is trying to clean up its international image, and honestly, I do understand why, because mass tourism brings in the money, but it also brings chaos. Some foreigners behaved terribly in Thailand for years. Disrespectful behaviour, crime, scams, drugs, violence, exploitation. Eventually, governments react, and that's what's happening now. Thailand increasingly wants wealthier tourists, digital professionals, long-term investors, and higher quality tourism. Not just endless waves of backpackers and broken middle-aged men trying to escape reality for 6 months. And this creates another uncomfortable truth. Some foreigners are no longer economically competitive in Thailand anymore. Now that sounds harsh, but it's true. Thailand is developing. The country is becoming more expensive and more ambitious. Meanwhile, many Western economies are struggling badly. So you now have foreigners arriving with weaker currencies, lower savings, and unrealistic expectations. And Thailand no longer feels cheap to them, especially in places like Bangkok, Phuket, Samui, and Pattaya tourist zones. Some foreigners are genuinely shocked now by the prices. You'll hear people saying, Thailand isn't what it used to be. But maybe what they really mean is, the fantasy no longer matches reality. And honestly, I think this is happening globally. The internet destroys fantasy. Once every hidden place becomes content, the magic changes. And Thailand built huge amounts of its international appeal around fantasy. Freedom fantasy, relationship fantasy, escape fantasy, paradise fantasy. Now reality is catching up. But strangely, I don't actually think this is entirely bad, because maybe Thailand becoming more realistic is healthier for the long term. Maybe people should stop arriving expecting fantasy and start appreciating Thailand for what it actually is: a real country with real people, real problems, real economic pressures, and real cultural complexity. Not some giant emotional playground for foreigners escaping Western life. And despite everything I've said today, I still believe Thailand offers something many Western countries no longer do: warmth, energy, human interaction, convenience, freedom, a sense of life. And that's why people still come, and that's why people still stay. But I think the foreigners who thrive in Thailand moving forward will be the ones who adapt to the new Thailand, not the ones desperately chasing memories of the old one, because the fantasy version of Thailand is slowly dying, and the people who refuse to accept that are usually the ones who struggle the most. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let us know down in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for future content. Take it easy, and ciao for now. Bye bye.